Hey guys, this is Tyler with Tyler Dragon Tarot. So I just want to start this off by saying I'm going to do an introduction first. And if you come from TikTok, I'm pretty much going to say the same thing that I started with. So you can go to the description and just pick out what deck you want to do. So this is going to be a pick a deck reading. Like I said, I kind of started this on TikTok. I described some of the things I was hearing when I did a meditation. I'm about to tell you guys, just in case you guys don't follow me there. Anyway, so I really heard Disturbia by Rihanna coming through my head as I was drawing for what I should do, and this card kind of came out, and that's kind of when the Thief in the Night part really stood out to me, and I kept drawing to see, okay, what should we draw on this? So the Thief in the Night part started to come out and grab you. And it ain't used to what you like, and if you must falter, be wise really stuck out to me. And it seemed like you were dealing with a decision in regards to cutting someone out, someone that possibly brought you a lot of abundance, a lot of positivity, a lot of things that you really appreciated, and you didn't really see this betrayal coming, basically. Am I missing anything? So it's just kind of like, right now you're trying to find, like, okay, what did they do good? What did they do bad? Like, does it outweigh, which one outweighs the other? Do I need to cut them out? Or do I give them a second chance type of energy here? So we're going to start with the Dragon deck. Then we're going to go to the Golden Ethereal. Then we'll go to Vice Versa. And we'll finish with the Tattoo Tarot. So, like I said, those will be in the description. I believe that is it for the intro. So, I'm going to go ahead and start with the Dragon Tarot for any of those that are interested in the Dragon Tarot. So, I wanted to get more on their side of the story. And I'm not going to lie, like, the Temperance and Ace of Coins kind of confused me. I was like, why? Okay, like, taking a balanced approach, figuring out what you want to do, possibly blessings, like financially, or just something like long lasting that they are really enjoying, that they feel is fruitful. And then the Tower popped out, and then Judgment reversed, and then we got the Queen of Coins. So I just kind of see this as like, okay, they're not really sure of the direction they want to take anymore after something devastating happened, after they were cut off from a certain situation, or, well, yeah, we'll leave it at a certain situation, because that could be a relationship, or with all this earth energy, that could be a job. It's just kind of like they could be figuring out, okay, what do I need to do now? Because this long-term plan that I thought was going to work out ended up not working out. So now what do I do? And it's like they're trying to rush this process of creation here. Something that should be a slow build, but yet long lasting. They're being very impatient with it. They're rushing this because they had something that they felt lucky with, and now they lost it. Now it's like this anxiety spiraling into a okay, I got to get it back. I got to get back at that level, when they're not really letting this burn all the way down and then rebuild somewhere else, basically. So you could be dealing with an earth sign, Capricorn specifically on here. There's also Sagittarius, Scorpio, that's also Scorpio, and Aries. Doesn't have to be, or you could be one of those signs. I forgot I'm doing a general reading like this was a pick a deck reading. But it just seems like this person was really struggling to let go. Now, this could be reversed. This could be your situation, but I drew with the intention of saying, okay, what's their story? What's up with them? Okay, so I'm trying to decide what I want to do next. You're kind of going to be the guinea pig. I think can you trust them would be good for next. So we have the Star, the Sun reverse. Could be dealing with an Aquarius or Leo. Doesn't have to be, but Four of Wands, the Nine of Swords, and the Seven of Wands. So basically, I think you're dealing with someone who's, like I said up here, they're really trying to get back to where they were. They're not in a happy place right now. They're not balanced. So I think you guys, there is this presentation or even a possibility of you guys actually having some sort of foundation, some sort of give and take that may be equal, but they're not ready for anything significant. But like this is it's like this is what they really appreciate. They're not really ready to level up. And I think the reason why is because they have a lot going on in their head. Like this combination tells me because the narratives they make up in their head, they may bring that fight to real life. Like they may be the type of person that tries to prepare an argument or for a conversation and then just get really heated in their head. And once they actually bring it to you, now they're just mad at you for the conversation they had in their head and the views that they're predicting that you're going to have instead of giving you an opportunity to speak for yourself. So I don't know that this doesn't necessarily say that they don't have good character. But what it says is they're really not in a good place. They're not in a good place. So as far as being able to trust them with this combination here, I don't think you can because like they're just going to keep striking. It seems like they're just going to keep striking with this. But I'm hearing draw advice first, because maybe there just needs to be a discussion of, hey, let's have more reasonable conversations. I don't know. Let's see what the cards say. So this advice the energy on it kind of confuses me because I'm like, are you the person who's been kind of lashing out because of the arguments that you've been having in your head? Or is it just saying like, try to understand the other person's perspective? But there's also, it feels like there's advice on both parts. So I don't know if both of you would be watching. I'm not sure why that would come that way. But there's this whole need to try to actually accept the nurturing coming in with this Four of Cups reversed and the Empress. Just the person who's kind of really wound up tightly to understand that the other person just kind of wants to help. Like you can see, they can see that whoever's wound up tightly, the other person can see that you feel defeated, that you're drained from this, that it has taken a toll on you. It may be providing you, like I said, with a lot of anxiety, and you're kind of shaky, and it's like you just got PTSD stuck in my head. I was going to go a different route, but that's kind of what's sticking in my head, and it's like you're ready to go. Could be dealing with a Taurus or a Libra. It doesn't have to be. Aries is also here, air signs in general, but I just see these two as like using that charm. Like the other person may be a little bit of a charmer to try to make the conversations a little easier on the person that's holding back. And of course, this is if you want to continue this. Because you don't have to stay in this if you don't want to. But this is just kind of like using the charm to kind of bring these conversations out and you may have to take a little charge, and not like aggressively, but like not like a you must do this, but kind of like a leading by example type of thing. Like be a leader, not a dictator or a tyrannical ruler. So we have the Five of Swords over here, the Five of Coins, the Eight of Wands, and the Ace of Wands. So I just kind of feel like the other person needs to stop holding back, basically. That it's really on that, and there needs to be a place that kind of reminds me of, like, I've seen things where these couples try to have like weekly talks or however long they need, maybe monthly, where they have space for each other where we can go, okay, how do you feel about the relationship? Like, are there any complaints? What did you like? What did you not like? Um, so just to have a space to communicate. And if anything bothered them, they can open up, type of thing. And it's just kind of like the week kind of popped up with me because with the Eight of Wands, it's kind of like, okay, we need to do this fast though. Like, need to take action, need to try to bring this clarity sooner than later because of this whole situation with the mental battles, with the struggling with the anxiety. I think one person has a lot of things in their head. So in this situation, I'm not really getting the whole betrayed you thing. Like, you're either the person that has these battles in your head before conversations can even come out. So, or they are. Whoever the person is that are having these constant battles in your head, whoever the person is, they are struggling because when you constantly have those, it's kind of like, is this the perception? Is this the reality? Are these what would actually happen? Like, when you start predicting like that, it's like, okay, this is what they're going to say. This is who they are, type of thing. You're assigning that to them. When in reality, if you have the conversation, they may not react that way at all. It may surprise you. So this Eight of Wands with that rapidness kind of says, okay, get it out, like, talk about it. Don't be, not in a like explosive way, but like, let's have these healthy communications. So if you're wondering how can I have healthy communications, if you haven't been through therapy, non-violent communication is a good thing to look up. It kind of lists out like a way of communicating. Like, it doesn't blame each other. It just kind of says it takes accountability for your emotions and kind of states your needs in that situation, to have a conversation that way instead of being like, you're a piece of shit or something like that, you know? So I think this is it for this reading. Is this it? I feel like a couple more cards need to come out, so I changed my mind. Okay, and we got the Three of Cups. And this version of the Three of Cups is kind of like moderation to me, because the Three of Cups is normally like celebration, and you know, sometimes there's strengths with celebration. My mind went straight to this being a hangover card. So having too much of a good thing can lead to a hangover. So there may be a need for space. Like, maybe you guys are hanging out too much or not really giving enough space to I don't know, do whatever you want to do individually. But there's like this whole like, we have to hang out though, I can't say no. Maybe that's on the anxious person's part. That could be something to do with abandonment issues. Like, if I say no, they're going to leave forever. So I have to keep participating. So there may be like this encouraging to like do separate things in this in this relationship. Oh my gosh. Like, I thought Mercury retrograde was over. Maybe I'm just not good with words. I don't know. Okay, so I think we're actually done this time. So we're going to go ahead and move on to the next deck. Would be the Golden Ethereal. Thank you guys for watching, and have a great night. I kind of see this as somebody that you are attempting to reconcile with, or you attempted to reconcile with. We have the Five of Cups, we have the Seven of Wands, so we have the Chariot. So those three kind of going together, kind of have their kind of steps. It's kind of like really being upset over a fight and then having to go into a different direction, you two splitting and just going in different directions because of this. still really holding on to that resentment for a while, potentially for you or for them. The Chariot does represent Cancer, so you or them could have that in your chart. We have the Hierophant as well. That's a Taurus card. Going into the Four of Swords and the Ten of Swords reversed. So kind of going into the situation that really drained them or you, and just after trying to release it and trying to, it's like, well, it didn't completely kill me. Maybe we could try it again. Maybe there's a different angle we didn't try to do. But, with that Ten of Swords, potentially, if this is something, we'll get into advice. But if this is something that is a reconciliation with like an ex or something, with the Ten of Swords, it's kind of like, okay, like, is this something you really want to try again? Because going through this cycle, this idea may not be a good one to do again because this idea was killed. This idea was, was slaughtered. It had its death. So it didn't work out for a reason, basically. So I do see this trying to understand each other and trying to release things, but then that Ten of Swords, like going through it again, it just feels like a repeat. Like it would be a repeat of the cycle. It's really sticking out to me right now, but we're going to draw some more. So the next section I'm going to do is, can you trust them? You know what's funny? Okay, so we have a spread for you here, but I have never noticed this blue ribbon on the tower. Not once have I noticed that. So I was like, I have to look up blue ribbon. And, blue ribbon is a prize for, the first thing I saw was it being like a first prize type of thing. And with the Six of Wands here, it's just kind of like, okay, someone's being really competitive to win something, they want adored for their little victory, for whatever they're doing. They want that attention. They want to be known for what they're doing. So with this Queen of Cups, it's just kind of like they were sensitive and they did give, but it was kind of like guarded at the same time. It's like an illusion of, there's something about you needing to be guarded from this because one side's really like into them, almost narcissistic, like just really wants to be celebrated. Like, this is something that, okay, you did it, congratulations, that is awesome, but we still need to keep going, it's not to say don't celebrate your victories, but it's also don't celebrate them till the end of time. This isn't something to rest on. And it kind of feels like they have this attitude of, I won, I'm done, type of thing. Like once they did something awesome, and it's just like, I did something awesome. And you kind of have this like really hopeful attitude, and I feel like this loving nature, at least one side does. And it just kind of feels like, just to be honest, I think one side's getting the attention they want and the other side's trying to provide romantic consistency. And there's this whole, like, you may need to be guarded here. And with this Tower card here, I don't see it as hopeful as you are. Like, it doesn't seem like you can trust them. It seems like there's a reason why it fell apart. I think that feeling I was getting off of that Ten of Swords was there for a reason. There's a reason why it fell apart. And it's like you're trying to reverse time and be like, no, let's not do it. But you're just going to go through the same shit, basically, is what I'm getting from this. So you could be dealing with a Cancer. I think, I already said Cancer, but yeah, Cancer here. Taurus. Taurus came up twice as well. Scorpio, Aries, or Aquarius. Doesn't have to be. Or you could be that. Or have it in your chart. They can have it in their chart. Whatever. So, at this point, I think I'm going to start drawing for advice for this. So, I think this is an evaluation needs to be done. By the way, Leo and Aquarius came out. Did Leo come out earlier? No, that must have been on another one. Aquarius did come out earlier, though. Also Pisces. Anyway, so with these two cards, it's just kind of like there's potentially rushing in to battle while still feeling like a loss, basically. Like rushing into this while still feeling that, while ignoring the whole like sadness of this. Whatever you're reconciling, I don't. It's kind of tells me like there's still a sense of defeat in somebody, and I think there is a lot of passion here. There's a lot of romantic interest, but not everything is being brought to the surface right now. Not everything is illuminated with this moon and Knight of Wands combined. We have two knights. They're in armor, and so they're very shielded. And with the moon, you think about nighttime with the moon, like you don't see very well. It's not like in daylight where everything's illuminated. So there still may be some secrets going on. There I'm hearing like maybe unknown intentions or something like that. Whereas I think this just comes down to like, can you honestly say you guys help each other out? Like, are you good without them, and do you help each other out? Is this an equal give and take? Like when they are, I know when they need a helping hand, they help, or you help them. But when you need a helping hand, are they there helping you? Or is this an equal give and take? Or like, do they drain you? Do they say, oh, you have all this, I'm gonna take from you now? Or is it like an equal give and take and not really a draining effect type of thing? If that makes sense. So there just needs to be like an evaluation of this, because honestly, from what I've drawn, it seems kind of shady. And if this is resonating, there needs to be an evaluation of this. So thank you guys for watching. I'm going to go ahead and go to the next deck, which I think was vice versa. Yes, vice versa. I'm not going to lie. I'm starting off this reading thinking there's a misunderstanding on this one. So I totally could be wrong. More cards can come out and I could be like, oh, okay, yeah, no. Because this is like, what's their story right now? And I haven't gotten to can you trust them yet. But we have the Eight of Coins. We have Temperance. We have the Hermit. We have the Sun. And we have the World. So what I'm seeing here is I think this person really enjoys helping people. They really enjoy helping people get a new beginning, get excited about a new beginning. It's kind of like a guidance counselor type of thing. Like maybe they do that. Maybe they just like helping, enlightening people, helping them find their direction, helping them find their confidence, helping them move towards their goals. Like there's this whole sense of like being a hype man here. So maybe they're pouring their energy into other people, and you're feeling kind of like, why are you paying so much attention to other people? But I kind of feel like this is like it brings them joy to help people. It brings them joy to elevate other people, and that's what I'm getting from this. You could be dealing with a Sagittarius, Virgo, Capricorn, Aquarius, or Leo. You don't have to be, but it's kind of, especially, I'm saying this, especially when they've gone through those experiences and they can relate emotionally, they really like to help those people. Or maybe they just can understand what they're going through. So they're like, they have a lot of empathy or sympathy, and they just really want to help the people that are struggling. Maybe they're a therapist. I don't know why things are just popping in my head like that. They don't have to be a therapist. Maybe they are, maybe they aren't. It's just like there's this sense of wanting to help, wanting to be a source of guidance type of thing. So let me draw for can you trust them? So on the thing, we got the devil reversed here. So I just kind of feel like you may have dealt with toxicity before that. With this Three of Swords reversed, may just be reminding you of past heartache that really was just not good for you. Maybe situations with lying, some sort of addictions, like maybe you felt addicted to the other person and they just pulled away from you. I'm kind of seeing that dynamic for some reason. Like no matter what you did, it wasn't good enough type of thing. So now, like, seeing them be good to other people is kind of like, oh, so you're going to be good to other people, kind of bringing out a jealous side in you. But with this 10 of coins here, it's like, okay, there is potential here. Okay, there's potential here for something that could last a long time. With this Sun card and this Ace of Wands, I just see this as they're just following their passion, really. They like I said here, they like to help. So disaster strikes with this Ace of Wands. Disaster strikes and they go help. I see that in this. And with that Sun card, it's just like they want to be there. They want to be that warmth. They want to be. Center of attention popping out, but I think the warmth is more accurate. Maybe it makes them feel good to be the center of attention in that giving type of way. I don't know. And we do have Leo again, so you could be dealing with a Leo. There's fire signs in general, and there's also Capricorn here. But I just kind of see them being like wanting to help the scared people, wanting to be like, okay, look, it's not. I just see them being like, okay, you don't have to be scared anymore. Basically, like we can do this together, like type of thing. And I just they seem like they have a really good heart. From what I'm getting out of this, if this is resonating, I'm getting good energy off of what I'm getting from them. So, and you may be seeing it through a lens of this is what my ex did. This is what they did when they really hurt me, that cheating, lying bastard. You know what I mean? This person seems to have a good heart, is what I'm seeing from this. And you may talk to people, see what they say about them, because it seems like it genuinely brings them joy to help people. So let me get some advice for you. So with the advice, it just kind of seems like, do you continue to not understand each other, argue and fight, and just go at each other's throat, or do you move forward with an understanding of each other, be in the moment and understand each other, ground that passion, because that passion is turning into fear. All that fieriness is turning into fear. Instead of, I think you want to express love for this person, or at least passion on the side of that. If you're not comfortable with love, yeah, this could be a newer relationship. But do you be vulnerable with this person and open up, discuss with them like who they are, what are their goals, what lights a fire in them? Because like I said, I think this is a lot of what this is. That way you can understand them and not let this fear rule you and control you. Yeah. So could be dealing with a Scorpio, Aries again, or an air sign. Doesn't have to be, but cards I got in case you want to see are the Two of Coins, the Queen of Wands, the Three of Wands, the Five of Wands. We got Judgment, the Page of Swords, and the Emperor. So, was there anything else I needed to say? I was going to end it, but then I'm like, was there something else? I might draw for another card. Okay, so the Seven of Swords came back out. And with that Skull card, I'm kind of like, and then we have the Seven of Coins, we have the Ace of Swords, and we have the Fool. So with how that's coming out, I kind of feel like this is saying, okay, bury what happened in the past. That feeling of deception and all that in the past. Was that, if that was actually in the past, because how I'm taking that is that those were things of the past, and on the situation, how the cards line out is you've seen this before and you're experiencing it again, and which is good to be aware of things, but when you're not talking to this person, it's like you're ready to strike instead of understand. You're ready to strike instead of understand. So understand this is a new situation, and I think with this combination, it's saying, okay, let's have a leap of faith here. Let's just try to understand this person and not judge them for my past or what I've experienced in the past. Um, because now there always could be, with the Fool, there always could be someone else that needs a restart, but I'm kind of getting, like, with how these cards are laid out, a restart in mindset, because of just with how this reading set up. Like I said, it just feels like the past is affecting you a lot in the present, and it's still weighing heavily on your mind. So conversations just need to be had. Understanding of each other needs to be had. Understanding of the situation needs to be had. Okay, so thank you guys for watching. We're going to go to the Tattoo Tarot now. So have a good night, guys. Okay, so we got a messed up situation here. So what I'm getting from this is, like, closure was on you, okay? Like, closure was on you. I'm going to take it as the person that betrayed you, like, kind of just left and was like, yeah, it ain't my problem. Like, it was, I don't know if they directly said that or if that was just, like, your perception of it. But, like, as far as getting closure, it's like they just kind of left. There's no conversations, nothing really about it. But part of the reason why I think you're having so much closure, or yeah, closure issues, whatever, is that this person is moving on, yet they're not. It's like they're moving on with someone else, but they're still talking to you, is what I'm getting from this. Like, they have one foot out the door into a new thing, but they still have their foot in your life, still just like testing that water. And it's almost like just because they can, almost. Kind of twisted, and you're just kind of trying to be like, okay, can I believe what they say? Because they may be telling you this ain't that serious, and they're just playing the field now. Maybe they broke up. Maybe you guys are breaking up and going through talking stage part 2 or something. I don't know. Dating is weird these days now, but how some people just play games. I feel like this is someone who plays a lot of games, and it's just like, okay, but now we have to restart. And since we're restarting, we're not together. It's not official. So if I date other people, it's okay, but I'm still dating you too. I'm still talking to you. I'm just, it kind of, it's like they're giving you hope while also doing things that go against what they're saying, type of thing. So it's like you're sitting here trying to figure that out. So we got the World, which can be Aquarius and Capricorn. It's a Saturn card. We also have Justice, which can be a Libra card. That could be something in your chart. That could be something in their chart. Doesn't have to be. But we have the Ten of Swords, the Six of Swords, Two of Cups. Sorry, this one's the Two of Cups. The other one was the Two of Wands. So as far as this goes, like, that Ten of Swords thing just kind of pops out. It's like you may want to revisit, but I haven't got to the advice, but I'm just getting that, well, you know what? There was a lesson to be learned here, and you're just going to keep learning that lesson if you keep looping through this, if you want to keep adventuring through this cycle. It's not going to work out any differently, basically. Yeah, it doesn't really feel like there's a genuine connection here. It's almost like person who, I don't know if it's commitment issues. I don't know if it's selfish. It's just kind of like they don't. There's almost like a lack of empathy, a disregard for other people's feelings here with this person. And I say that not because like I'm like, oh my god, a breakup. Like of course they're in the wrong. It's this whole like, okay, closure's on you type of thing. They just ghosted. They're out of here. Like, we don't need to talk about that, even though you're just like, what the hell happened? Like, I'm dying here. I'm dying to know. Like, I need to know. And like, there's like, yeah, we'll just leave the swords there. And I'm gonna go. Maybe we'll talk about it one day again. So I feel like that need for closure is kind of leaving you on the hook here. Okay, are you in my life? Are you not in my life? What's going on? I don't understand. And if this is resonating, you deserve better than that. That's just Tyler saying that. Okay, you deserve better than that. But we're gonna go ahead and get into, can you trust them? Tyler's gonna say no, but I'm gonna draw cards for it. So you're dealing with someone who enjoys putting a lot on other people. Like they are a burden, basically. Let's say that there's a lot of selfish energy here, and with the Nine of Swords reversed, sometimes this can be like anxiety, depression. Sometimes it's just the battle of what's in your head. But with this, how this is laying out, I'm just kind of like, okay, you're feeling it out. You intuitively know this. You intuitively know this about them, and you may be questioning that, but they're a snake. They're a snake. It's almost like they celebrate being able to deceive people with this Three of Cups and the Seven of Swords. It's almost like they celebrate being able to fool people into believing that they're this nice, friendly person, that they'll have your back, and then just backstab and whatever, furthers their goals, whatever furthers their agenda. It's kind of messed up. Like they're really selfish, and it's just kind of like they may appear to do nice things, but I think it's just kind of like we need to go back to what's in their nature, and it just kind of keeps going back to this sheep's and wolf in sheep's clothing type of thing, like the lone wolf screwing over the wolf pack over and over again, just this deceitful person, and it's really becoming a burden to you. Yeah, I'm gonna say no. You can't trust them. So, as far as advice goes, I think we know where this is going. I'll draw some cards though. Okay, so I just see this as, okay, you do want excitement, you want that passion, and this person may give you that aspect of it, but they don't give you hope. Okay, that's something else you want in this. You also, you want excitement and passion in a relationship, right? You want something that, maybe romance and just something that's thrilling, but do you want this up and down, like, roller coaster of, like, you don't know where it is, you don't know where you are, there's no stability, because it seems like they're in your way of stability, basically, is what I'm getting from this. Like, yes, you want romance, you want that excitement, you do, but you're chasing like an up and down, highs, lows, like gonna make you sick to your stomach type of relationship that is fun at first, but like I said, makes you sick to your stomach. Kind of makes me think when you get older, depending on the ride too, some of them may be set up to where they're not the best and can actually start hurting you physically. Like you may be like, I'm not as young as I used to be. So I may be showing, I'm not that old yet, come on. But anyway, sorry. But it's just like you also need something that's showing you hope, right? You literally have two star cards here. Like something you're manifesting, you want structure, you want stability as well. So stop falling for this like overwhelming excitement, because sometimes I'm serious. Sometimes structure is a little boring. Like you can get excited to do like little things together and all that, but there's something about this that like you're chasing an excitement that is also making you sick. Um, you could be or be dealing with a fire sign. We got Leo specifically, also Aquarius. Doesn't have to be, or you could be that. Doesn't have to be, but just throwing that out there. I think we got like 3 Aquarius cards out here, but anyway, could have it in your chart. They could have it in their chart, but yeah, I feel like I need to draw another card. Funny thing is, I drew another Aquarius card. So we got the Knight of Swords and the Ten of Pentacles. And I feel like this is just saying, okay, you can't impulsively rush towards something that is supposed to be built slowly for the long term. That's going to be long lasting, but built slowly. You can't rush into that, especially when the two people look going into it, rushing into it, or looking in 2 different directions. Maybe have opposing views. Maybe it's like, you know what? Okay, we'll figure that out like later, type of thing. But maybe you're not really seeing everything, or you're catching something, but you're like, no, let's ignore that and just rushing forward into it. You may be seeking love for the sake of love, just a little bit of a hopeless romantic here. And these people that you're getting into a relationship may just kind of be that type as well, just kind of like piling it on, love bombing type of thing, and you're like, I can't get enough of it, but then they withdraw, and then it's like, I'm sick now, or they can't commit, or they want to go love bomb someone else, and you're like, hey, what happened to my affection? It's like, slow the process down a little bit here, is what I'm getting from this. Like, we know you want romance, we know you want this long-lasting thing here, but it's like you get so damn excited, you just rush in without evaluating the whole situation, is what I'm seeing here. So hopefully this helped. And I feel like it's done this time. So you guys have a good night.